Hey guys, this is Spark Plus Ultra here, and this is my new what if. What if Deku had Spiderman powers, the spider bite? And I hope you like this video and hope you subscribe. In a world where 80% of humanity has a superpower called quirk, there are 20% that don't. This is the world called My Hero Academia. There are those that fight for justice and fight in the light that we call heroes, and there are those that were in the darkness that were called villains. They fight to change the outcome and change it to ruin, but heroes keep everyone safe no matter the cost. And there comes time that not every hero needs a quirk. Some find unlikely sources. Hi, I'm Suki Midoriya, and we get to a giant villain fighting against Kaiman Wood and other heroes. Suki was obviously fanboying it because, well, it's in canon, but there was something unique to this version. Suki wore glasses, and the man says, "Hey there, kid, are you a fan?" And Suki says, "Oh, yes, I'm a really super fan of heroes." And the man says, "I thought so." And Suki says, "How did you know?" And the man says, "Oh, I saw it on your textbook." And Suki says, "Oh." Suki was excited to see heroes and what they do. And they're taking down the giant villain. Kaiman Wood was going to land the last blow, but then Mount Lady comes in and steals the spotlight, literally. And all the other heroes were not happy with that, seeing her taking spotlight for herself. Then Zuki explains his backstory. "Hi, I'm Suki Midoriya, or you can call me Deku if you want, or Deku. That's what my friend call me." With a look of not liking the name. But I live with my aunt and grandpa. Their names are Aunt May and Max. They're both from the United States. Came here to keep an eye on me in Japan. My family died in an airplane accident so I basically live with them, and that's where my story is. But there's more to meets the eye, to some people saying. I always thought that was a phrase of something in one of the Transformers movies. Hey, anything can happen. And Suki gets back to his house with Grandpa Max and Aunt May. And Aunt May says, "Huh, Suki, where were you then?" And then Suki says, "Oh, I just saw a fight between heroes and villains." And Grandpa Max says, "Suki, you know those, I told you that those aren't staged or anything. You have to be careful." And Suki says, "Relax, they were more than one hero, and if anything would be a problem, then there was cops around to keep everyone safe." And Grandpa Max wasn't saying he was worried about that, but he is glad that Suki is safe. And Aunt May says, "So how's Kotsky doing?" And Suki says, "He's good." And then we pop up on a past reflection. "Yeah, Bakugo is my friend, but he keeps on bullying me. Jeez, he's almost worse than the other bully that's called Flash Thompson. I call him Flash because, well, let's just say he's not fast. Bakugo always been real friends with me, but something changed when he heard I didn't when I tried to help them out. I don't know. And Zuki thinks, yeah, he's doing alright. And Aunt May says, is he picking on you again? You should tell him to stop it, you know? And Zuki says, no, he's not doing that. He muttering to himself. And Grandpa Max says, if you have problems, you know, you can ask me to help you with that. Zuki says, nah, it's okay. And Grandpa Max then has a talk with Zuki. You know, Zuki, with great power comes great responsibility, but also great backlash sometimes. And Zuki says, yeah, I know. And Grandpa Max says, no you don't. Even if you have a quirk, have a quirk, you have to take responsibility on some of these things, no matter how the problem is. And then Zuki says, you're right. Grandpa Max gives Zuki a good talk and good lesson with explaining it, and Zuki doesn't take it serious a bit, but he knows that his Gramps is telling him to be careful, and Zuki is happy to hear his Gramps saying that to him. And then we get to school, and then the teacher says, alright class, we got a surprise field trip for you. And all the students were surprised to hear what the teacher said. Well, we had a little fundraiser for computer data routine, and Sugi Midoriya, the prodigy, was able to make the fundraiser more splendid on how he made it combined with a less harmful scientific experiment that was called WEB, or W-E-B. And Zuki says, the teacher says, it's no problem to hear that from you. Come up here, Zuki. And Zuki says, right. And giving credit for Zuki, we got a special tour to see some science Oscorp tech. And all of the students were visiting on a very special day on it. Oscorp tech, for those that don't read Marvel, I'll explain it. Oscorp tech is one of the biggest evaluations in, or basically Osborn's greatest subject, aka Green Goblin. So yeah, it hosts all of DNA, spider, lizard, other types of animal DNA, and Oscorp tech was basically modifying some genetics to help expand lives or affect some changes. But they're unreliable, but they're not 100%. Even a DNA, like a common housefly, would affect a person. It would be very dangerous on certain circumstances. And one of the most biggest feats, I am not lying to you, Harry Osborn has actually recreated the superhuman strength. And what does that mean? Oh, it was Captain America's super soldier serum. And one of the few times that scientists actually cracked it down. Harry actually cracked it down. That's the most impressive part. Norman Osborn has actually cracked it down, which is one of the most impressive things that I will say for a supervillain like him. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Not many characters could boast that. And thanks to Harry, who fucked it up, now we don't know what the serum was now. Well, Norman could recreate it, probably. But, yeah. All of the students, including Mizuki, go into the Osborn Corp. And the Osborn Corp shows the students the DNA and other tech that Osborn Tech was doing. And when the Osborne associate was showing them the laboratory. Zuko was staying for a bit to check out the laboratory and was amazed on the creatures, like the arachnid, insects, lizards, like reptiles, and some impressive DNA situation, and how Oscorp tech was making some big revolutions sometimes. But then, when Zuko was taking pictures, there was someone that was behind him. Hey, nerd! And Zuko says, oh no. Hey, Kachan. And then there's Bakugo. And Zuko was not really happy to see Bakugo behind him. And Bakugo says, what are you looking at the insects for? I don't get why they're creating it that much, but I do understand it. And Zuko says, Kachan, you know it's not a good time to do this, right? Can you just behave for once at this? And Bakugo says, don't talk to me like that, Deku. And Zuko says, damn it, I hate that nickname. And then Bakugo says, I heard there were so many insects here. I guess I found one that is loose. Gee, I heard someone needs a mouthwash like a beaver. What do you say? And Zuko says, nothing. And Bakugo says, well, that's it. Then Zuko then felt Bakugo's hand grabbing onto his shirt and says, you know you pissed me off, right, Deku? And Zuko says, I'm sorry. And Zuko then says, why don't we not fight in here? I think this is a bad time to. And then Bakugo looks at him. I heard there's something else. And Zuko says, huh? Like a bug decide. And Bakugo then explodes his hand, not to the point that it would be deadly. Like Bakugo, even when he was a teenager, I guess, didn't want to hurt him that badly. But Zuko got pushed back by Bakugo's explosion and says, "Wah!" and crashing into a crate of arachnids. And Zuko says, ow! And Bakugo says, what the? Where did that crate come from? Ugh. Hurry up and clean those spiders and put them back in there, nerd. And Zuko says, seriously? I'm not the one that... And Bakugo glares at him with a tint to look into his soul. And Zuko says, yes, sir. And Zuko then says, here you look, come on, come on. And tries to not get bitten by one of the spiders, but one spider was crawling on his back. And Zuko didn't notice because, how could he? Because of a shirt. And Bakugo not caring because he doesn't know what is with the spiders. And Zuko says, okay, I think I got all of the spiders in their correct places? Wait a minute. And Zuko looks at the last one. Huh? Where's the... And Zuko says, hey Bakugo, where's the last one? Huh? I don't know where it is. And Zuko says, don't give me that. We're going to be in trouble. And when Zuko was going to say that, the spider was on his neck and bites him. And Zuko says, ow! Hitting his neck. And Bakugo says, now you did it, Deku. And Zuko says, ow! Wasn't expecting one to bit me that badly. Hurry up, let's get going, Bakugo says. And Zuko says, right. And when leaving, the spider was dropped on the land. And Zuko and Bakugo and all the students left. And when Zuko got back to his house. Suku slowly but felt his eyes being blurry by his glasses, and Suku then takes them off when he was in his room. Huh? What the? My eyes. I can see better now. What? Then, when Suku tried to put his glasses down, he then sees them still back on his hand. Huh? They're like stuck on me. Then Suki then tries to put them down. And they're stuck on the other hand. What the? How can I? And Suki then grabs a pencil and tries to get it off, which he did successfully, but his pencil was stuck on his right hand. What the? Then Suki then grabs a microscope of a, how can I say, All Might S look, and sees his hand has hairs on his fingers, similar to a arachnid of a spider. And Suki says, what the? How do I have hairs on my fingers? They're exactly like spiders. Suki then slowly realized that the spider was one of the DNA from Oscorp. Oh, please don't turn into a giant spider mutation. But he waited patiently about 2 hours, and he was perfectly fine. No webs coming out of his ass, and he was fine. Suki then goes back to school, and when Suki got rid of his glasses, he then looks much better. And as in canon to the story, Bakugo was in class 1 UA, and so is Suki. But Suki wants to help out with the cost for the house. His Aunt May and Grandpa Max was helping to keep it running, and Suki then goes to the mixed martial arts, and Suki donned a style of somewhat of a luchador, and saying, alright, and the referee says, alright, everyone, it's time to have our match. Weighing up this corner, a man, a champ, that was held up by one of his strongest quirks, strong arm, the rapper. And the rapper then puts his arms up, excitingly wanting to fight someone. And on his other corner, he's from the same place he lived and wearing a mask. He's called, and the referee says, what's your name, kid? And then the man looks at him, and Suki says, Spider Boy. And then the referee says, Spider Boy. Alright, Spider-Man! And then all of them look at Spider-Man, and Suki says, crap. Come on, lose, kid! You're gonna be dead meat for the rapper! And all of the audience were yelling at Suki to lose and rapper to win. And the rapper says, well, kid, seems like you're too young. You should leave. Let the big adults fight. Or are you gonna prove yourself as a man? And Suki says, well, I need money. So Rapperton punches, and Suki had a sense, dodging the rapper's punch. Nice dodge, but it won't save you from the other one. The rapper was swinging his fist faster, and Suki was dodging. Whoa! Suki was dodging all of the rapper's fist punches without even hesitation, and the rapper was getting annoyed and gets faster. Stop dodging, you brat! Suki then says, whoa! Take it easy there! Hang on! Stop it! Whoa! And then Suki then jumps onto the cage and sticks on the wall. And the rapper said, you think that'll serve you? And he punches the cage. And Suki then dodges, whoa! With acrobatic skills. And the rapper says, he's fast. He's It's like a spider. Are you done running? One more punch should do it, the rapper thinks. And then Zuko says, enough! Then the rapper sees Zuko was getting faster. What the? Then uses his punch, knocks out the rapper. And the rapper was knocked out by Zuko. And all the audience was surprised that the champ lost to a little guy. And then the referee says, ladies and gentlemen, winner, Spiderman! And Zuko was saying, wait, what? And then Zuko got paid about $600. And Zuko says, wait, that's not much. And the announcer says, sorry kid, but you need to be in more of the show. And when the employer was going away, and Zuko walks out and see a man going to the man and sees a gun on his side, and Zuko walked until the man stole the man that paid Zuko, and Zuko let the man go, the one that was running off the employer's money. And the employer said, wait, stop there, why didn't you stop him? And Zuko said, it's not my business. And Zuko then goes back home, but then sees the same man that was robbing from that guy, and sees him running, and sees his Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben sees the man with the gun, and tries to stop him, but the robber accidentally pulls the trigger, and Suki sees that, and the robber says, sorry, I didn't mean to, and runs off, and Uncle Ben falls onto the floor of the ground, and Suki runs towards Uncle Ben, says, Uncle Ben, no, Uncle Ben, no, sorry, shouldn't have. And then Uncle Ben passes up in Zuko's hand. Zuko says, Uncle Ben, cries out, screaming slugs out of sheer sadness. And Aunt May and Zuko go to the cemetery and were very sad on Uncle Ben's death. And then Zuko thinks, when he went to his room, he then says, alright, I need to stop others. What I need to do is help others, the weak, and no matter which situation, even if it's villains as well, I need to help others. Take responsibility with great power. Zuko creates his costume, and he dons first one. It was not great, but it's a fresh start. And Zuko says, I'll be Spider-Man to help others keep from danger. And that's where I'm ending this video. I hope you like this video and hope you subscribe. See you next time.